Investment advisory and financial planning services are offered through Simplicity Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute nor endorse of the firm, nor does it indicate that the advisor has attained a particular level of skill nor ability. Investing involves risk of loss. Insurance, consulting, and education services offered through Diamond Life Planning is a separate and unaffiliated entity from Simplicity Wealth. This information is provided as a general information that is not intended to be specific financial guidance. Before you make any decisions regarding your personal financial situation, you should consult a financial or tax professional to discuss your individual circumstances and objectives.
Welcome to the Rock My Finances show on K4HD Radio and Talk4 TV, where we put the fun in finance. Join Powerhouse Jennifer Joseph, CDFA, CMC, and Private Wealth Advisor, as she collaborates with you to create clarity, control, and confidence with your money, your way. It's not about the zeros, so what is it all about? Let's find out. Now here's your host and weekly friend, Jennifer Joseph.
Welcome back, y'all. This one's going to be a great Rock My Finances. And I know we talk a lot about emotions, we talk a lot about money, we talk a lot about all sorts of things. Well, today we're going to sum it all up, kind of. Ready? The 7 money wounds that may be holding you back. Okay, the 7 money wounds. Number 1 is scarcity. Number 2 is shame. Number 3 is worthiness. Number 4 is control. Number 5 is trust. Number 6 is security. And number 7 is identity. Today, we are going to talk about how they all interact. Are you ready for this? I know our money decisions are very much driven by emotional wounds. Did y'all know you got wounds? Did you know that you're a little bit wounded from childhood, past experiences, past relationships, anything? It could be anything. It doesn't have to be traumatic. It can be something small. It could just be your mom stressed when she's doing the bills. Like we have no idea what it is. And that really kind of doesn't matter. I know we do psychotherapy and we can figure all that out as well. And at the same time, it's there. We have wounds. None of us are perfect and none of us are 100% healed. So I believe that we all have a money story. And within that money story, there's one or more money wounds. So this is how we're going to excavate them. The signs are not something that makes it like there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you at all. You are perfect just as you are right now in this moment. And you're kind of a badass for listening to my podcast. Just saying. Okay. There's simply emotional patterns that we've developed to protect ourselves as kids, as growing up. I grew up in a dysfunctional household. Maybe you did too. The good news is that once you recognize it, we can start healing them. And healing them means they disappear and we don't have to worry about them anymore. So the first wound is scarcity. Scarcity is the belief that there will not be enough, that there'll never be enough. Never enough money, never enough opportunities. It always develops from childhood. If you're growing up hearing maybe we can't afford that, watching your parents struggle financially, or experiencing total financial instability. 1 month we have money, 1 year we have money, 1 year we lose a house, we have to move in with family, any of that, right? Even if you're financially comfortable today, you may even still feel anxious when you have to spend money or when there's a big decision to be made. So you might not think like, I'm not like my parents at all, because you might have things that they didn't, or it could just look very differently. But on the inside, the F word, y'all, you're still feeling some part of that childhood growing up. So you may even save excessively and avoiding investing maybe. You constantly worry that everything that you have could disappear overnight. Here's your coaching question. Are you ready? Is there truly not enough? Or does it simply mean you feel that way because of your past? That is scarcity. Now, my mom grew up in the Depression. She absolutely had scarcity mindset. And it was hilarious because I could see it. She's 90, what is she, 92? She'll be 93. She's in a care facility here. It's amazing. I just went and saw her yesterday. She's walking all over the place. I'm like, Mom, where's your rollator? Where's your cane? She's like, I'm fine. I'm like, oh my gosh. So she is hilarious. And she would save 1 bite left from her dish or 2 bites left in little tiny Tupperwares and little tiny cups in the refrigerator. Like she saved everything because of her scarcity mindset. She was very frugal. She never overspent. And at the same time, we grew up with a Cadillac. We grew up with fine things or nice things, maybe a middle America or whatever. And she still has that scarcity mindset of hanging on to things. Like even now, it's so funny. She has so many books in her room and papers, and she saves everything. And I go around her little room and she's got little tiny trinkets that they have like events or something that they have during the day. She saves it all. She saves pins and pencils and paper. And it's just so cute, but that's just her mind, right? So the second wound is shame. Shame says, I'm bad with money. I will never get this right. Maybe you made mistakes in the past, and maybe someone criticized you one time for spending too much or maybe not earning enough money. Over time, these experiences become part of your identity instead of just simply becoming an experience that you went through. I had a client that had an issue in her first marriage about buying a car. And that was an issue for her. It was really hard to buy her own car on her own. Then I had another one that is parents controlled everything and did everything. So they didn't even know how to do things on their own. And I mean, I grew up in the day that, women didn't really know much about money. We were just getting into it. So we would follow our role models, which were, paying the bills, and that was it. So your exercise for shame is write down one financial mistake that you've been carrying with you, and then write it down. What did it teach you? Let's turn that shame into actual wisdom. So for me, I sold a car to the manager that was working for me, but I signed on the wrong side of the pink slip. So instead of signing that I'm a lien holder for $10,000, I signed on the front of the pink slip and gave it to her. And she went and sold it that day and left the state. So I was out $10,000, Ken. And you say, stupid? Yeah, right? So for me, what I learned from that was I was moving way too fast. I was on the phone. I needed to tell her to pause and wait until I was ready to get to that task so that I could actually think about that task. But instead, I was in my rush mode, trying to do a million things at once. And I thought that's the way life needed to be. So I learned a big lesson to slow down and to look at everything that we're doing. Our third wound is worthiness. This wound kind of whispers, I don't deserve wealth. Like, I shouldn't charge any more for my services. Or if I become successful, people will not like me anymore. I will be lonely, right? So feeling like I don't deserve wealth, again, I felt this as well. I still have this. This is my big core wound, is worthiness and perfectionism and not being good enough. This is my wound for sure. And looking at that wound and healing that wound throughout the years has done so much. Many people were just taught to be humble, but somewhere along the way, they confused humility with believing that they weren't worthy of success or abundance or love or whatever you feel like you're lacking. You could be feeling that you're just not worthy enough. And I did, and I had to go back and start healing that. Now it's an everlasting, lifelong thing, right? Like every time I get frustrated, upset, sad, I always look inward and I'm like, okay, what's that telling me? And it usually goes back to my perfectionism or my worthiness. Somehow I'm going to think something is going to look back on me that I didn't do something good enough or well enough. So I know that that's my wound. It's all me. It's not you. It's not anybody else. And so then I can take responsibility for that and heal it a little bit more each time. Okay, here's your coaching question for worthiness. If I truly believed I was worthy, I am worthy, what financial decision would I make differently today? So like maybe going back in the past and looking at a decision that you made out of scarcity, or that you're just not worthy, right? And so I have done that. I have made very, very frugal choices. Instead of spending the right amount of money on something, I would go cheaper and less than, and then later it would break or it wouldn't work out the way it should. I can't think of anything right now, but it's happened to me just so even recently. And I'm like, dang, I should have just spent the good amount of money in the first place because I am worthy of having that unit to work or whatever it might be, right? So we want to look back at that and say, what would I do differently today? Our fourth wound is control. I just did a podcast episode on control and how it changes our life, feeling in control. So check that one out. Control often develops once we felt like unpredictable. Maybe life was uncertain, money was uncertain. Maybe your parents got divorced. Maybe someone made financial decisions that affected your family. Maybe as adults, we sometimes try to control every single dollar, every outcome, every person, because it makes us feel safe. So controlling makes us feel safe. That's the whole thing, is we want our life to be good. So we want someone else to be different so that we can feel safe. The truth is that control is often wearing a disguise. Instead of asking, how can I control this? Ask yourself, what might I be afraid of happening right now? And what if I just let that control go? The fifth wound is trust. If you've ever been betrayed financially or even emotionally or relationship-wise, we always attach that to money, relationship as well. If you've ever gone through a divorce, a painful divorce, lost money in the market maybe, or watched someone misuse money, even trusting again can feel absolutely impossible. Now, clients come to me after they've had an advisor that they didn't really click with. And so it's hard for them to trust a new advisor. So we have to build that relationship so that they can feel like they can trust me, which I totally understand. Just like a love relationship, right? It's like if we've ever been betrayed before or lied to or cheated on in a relationship, oh my gosh, to be able to get over that and to love again, it takes work. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes choice. It takes the choice to let the old beliefs go and to step into the new beliefs for our new us, our new reality, right? So you may struggle to trust financial professionals, you trust love relationships again, and anybody that's lied to you, maybe friend relationships. You may struggle to trust your spouse just because of life and past experiences. And a lot of us struggle to trust ourselves. I get a lot of clients come to me that they just want me to be their sounding board and their friend in this money world because they don't trust themselves to make the right decision. So they need someone to bounce it off against. Normally, one spouse doesn't want to talk about finances and doesn't want to go there, but one does, but doesn't want to do it all on their own. So I'm a perfect sounding board for that type of a thing, right? So that you can learn to build that trust. Healing begins with one small decision at a time, because then you're going to prove to yourself that you can trust yourself or someone else as well. So like when I get a new client that's been had a hard, tough relationship with an advisor in the past, we will just make very small steps in their financial world because they need to learn to build that trust. So before we go hog wild all in on something, we need to build that trust. Just like a relationship, you need to date. You need to go out to dinner, spend time together. Of course, I'm going to say play pickleball together because I'm addicted. Things like that. Go golfing together, spend time together before you start jumping into bed, jumping into monogamy, jumping into all of that. It's little bits and pieces. Same with us when we're learning to trust ourselves and others. We have to go slow. Many people believe that money is what keeps them safe. While money certainly creates options and opportunities, but no amount of money can absolutely eliminate all uncertainty. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it doesn't matter how much money you have. The feelings around money will still be there until we do our work to heal them. That's why I say it's not about the zeros. I have clients that are barely making it. I have clients making low six figures. I have multimillionaires. They all have same beliefs, feelings, and wounds around money. It doesn't have anything to do with the zeros. So we want to be able to heal this so that we can bring in what we really deserve. If your entire sense of safety depends on your bank account, then you're probably never going to feel like you have enough. And that's going to trickle over to your love relationships as well, and your friendships. Real financial confidence comes from knowing that even when life changes, you can adapt. You might need support and different support, new people in your life, whatever, but trust yourself that you're always going to be able to figure it out. Ask yourself, am I building wealth or am I chasing certainty? The seventh wound, here we go, is our last wound, is identity. This may be the deepest wound of all. When our identity becomes attached to money, every financial success inflates our confidence and every setback destroys our confidence. If your portfolio is not your identity, your paycheck is not your identity, your net worth is not your self-worth, Your net worth is just net worth. It has nothing to do with who you are as a person. You are valuable because of who you are, not because of what you own, not because of what you do, not because of what you have. It's because who you are. You're alive, breathing on this planet right now. So you are a badass. And you're listening to this podcast, so you're even getting smarter. Just saying. Here's what I'd love for you to do for the week. Take out a journal. You should have your money journal because I always have homework on my episodes. And write these 7 words down. Are you ready? Number 1, scarcity. Number 2, shame. Number 3, worthiness. Number 4, control. Number 5, trust. Number 6, security. Number 7, identity. Next to each run, rate yourself from 1 to 10. Which one shows up more often in your life? Which one creates the most amount of stress? Which one keeps you from making financial decisions that you know you should be making now? Are you the ostrich that you don't look at your bills, you cover everything up and you don't look, you don't talk about money? Like, are you that hider? Do you barely look at it? Do you just do it when you have to do your taxes? Don't judge yourself. Let's just become curious. Let's find out why we're not looking at things. Awareness is always the first step towards change. The goal is not to become perfect with money. The goal is to understand yourself so that you can begin making financial decisions from peace instead of fear, from love instead of fear, from wisdom instead of fear, from confidence instead of insecurity, from wisdom instead of old emotional patterns. Because healing your money story isn't just about building wealth. It's also about creating a life where money becomes a tool. It's not a source of fear, shame, or identity. It's literally just a tool to get what we want. And I know we all want something because we believe that we're going to feel better in doing so. We want that bigger house. We want that newer car. We want that really cute outfit. We want a good wardrobe. All of those things we want because we believe that we're going to feel better in doing that. Is that true? Absolutely. I always feel better when I have a great outfit on. I love my new car. I love my new house. Yes, these things are true. And that feeling is only going to be temporary. So what I want us all to do is build lasting love for ourselves. That is what we're doing with all of these exercises. So we're going to go through scarcity, shame, worthiness, control, trust, security, and identity. And where does that show up in your money world? Then you can even move it on to your love world or your friendship world. You can do the exact same exercise and see where that's coming from. Then we're going to look at it. So for like me, my worthiness, that is my number one thing that comes up all the time. I don't feel good enough. So then I go back and look at that. Why don't I feel good enough? Okay, well, let's go back. My little girl growing up, she lived in chaos. So in that chaos, where did I find security? I found security in control. And if I could control everything, then I could feel more at peace. Well, guess what? We never can control everything, right? So then horrible things happen in our lives that we cannot control. Then all that does is perpetuate the feeling of worthiness, of just not being worthy for what I feel like I should be, right? Because it's just going to keep going around in a circle. So we have to stop that. When I don't feel worthy, when I just don't feel good enough, or if I've made a really big mistake, I have to go back to that wound and say, okay, loving myself for me cures my worthiness, lack of worthiness feeling. So I have to love myself. And then what do? Here's some more homework. Make a list of 100 things that you love. I love music. I love my pillow. I love this pink little spongy thing. I love my cell phone case. Of course, I love my friends and family. I love my new son-in-law. My daughter just got married. Love him. Love their family. Love the wedding. Love everything we did. It was so great. If you start pulling up things that you love, you automatically feel worthy right there. Then second task is make a list of all your skills and attributes, everything that I did, graduated high school, graduated college, got my psych degree, got out of a bad marriage, raised great kids, still there for my kids. My clients love me. I do well. I'm smart. Whatever it is. I got great hair, just saying I like my hair. Has nothing to do with me, but I got my hair, right? So all of these things, skills and aptitude. Now I'm feeling better about myself. I'm standing like Supergirl here in the mirror, right? I'm feeling good. All I got to do is start talking about love and everything that I've done right. And that worthiness gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of wisdom and wealth and health. And I'm worthy of the best one, fun. Yes, I freaking love fun. Love, love, love it. I am worthy of fun. I love it. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please listen to the rest. Now I'm going to go through each individual wound on its own and have a whole episode on each one: scarcity, shame, worthiness, control, trust, security, and identity. So I hope you listen to all of the podcasts. Thank you so much. I want you to be able to listen to these episodes and walk away by saying, I rock my finances.
We appreciate you joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe to the Rock My Finances YouTube channel for more engagement and bonus content. Tell me, what is your money story? Let's find out with Jennifer right here on K4HD Radio and Talk4 TV. It's not about the zero, it's about the F word, feelings. Feelings Jennifer can't wait to explore with you next week. Until then, let's all say, I rock my finances.